I got a confession to make. I never really liked open world games. Breath of the Wild just never vibed with it. Assassin's Creed, I'd rather be assassinated. I think the last open world game I really enjoyed was Marvel's Spider-Man, and that doesn't count, does it? That game could take place in an empty void with 2 tall rectangles in it, and I'd have happily swung between them for the same length of time. So when I heard the next entry in the prolific Soulsborne Hero saga, home to one of my favorite games of all time, was going to be open world, I was hardly overwhelmed with excitement. I was whelmed, I guess. But I watched some people play it, and something about it just felt alluring. I didn't even care that it had more performance issues at launch than a 50-year-old porn addict who smokes. So I picked it up, and boys, it's pretty good.
You know that, though.
There's something that sets Elden Ring apart from its peers in the open world landscape, and that's that this game actually has, like, to do in it. If you veer even 5 degrees off course, you might find yourself in a completely hidden, completely optional dungeon. Every open world game I've played has suffered from the same issue, that it's filled with lots of nothing, and then when you do find something, it's just pointless busy work.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
But this game seriously feels like I've been sucked into a parallel dimension where games evolved in a totally different way. Like, the sheer amount that FromSoft didn't borrow from other open world games is astonishing and extremely refreshing. To borrow an observation, it feels like Elden Ring was inspired by 20 years of games that don't exist.
I command thee.
And yet, for all my love for this game, there are some things that just... Okay, confession 2, I never really liked the other Souls games either. Dark Souls 2 is janky and was designed by monkeys at typewriters. Bloodborne's great, but having to farm healing items between every attempt was in conflict with my playstyle of ramming my head into the wall until I win. Dark Souls 3's world and visual design just didn't appeal to me, and Sekiro is barely an RPG and doesn't really count. I don't know, sorry. Every one of the games has had some sort of flaw in it that, for one reason or another, prevented me from enjoying it. And since Elden Ring has the whole series' DNA in it, it's got a lot of the same problems, but let's take it from the top. This game features a super robust character creator. You can create your choice of f***ed-up monstrosity by cranking the dials to maximum, or just a self-insert. I chose the latter here because the fact that the Type B aristocrat preset looks so much like me IRL makes me scared not to pick it. The game wastes no time making you feel like a little cuck, with the first enemy making you eat shit and the first NPC you meet calling you a turbo virgin.
You are maidenless, without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold. You are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Tarnished.
What?
Dude, could you imagine if Breath of the Wild started with the old man telling you that Zelda's never gonna f*** you?
Bitch.
Fortunately, I've got maidens, and I'm ready to head out on my journey to... Something that I never really liked about the direction they went with Dark Souls is how they leaned into the meme factor of the game's difficulty. I don't know which marketing exec told Miyazaki that players really love joking about the difficulty in these games, but I'm gonna find him and staple his dick to his ear. I always hated how Dark Souls 2's opening was like, "You're going to lose all your souls. LOL. Get good. Reddit go." I don't know, something about Elden Ring's difficulty that you could just at any point stumble into something way too strong for you, and that the game isn't just raking you through the coals for a challenge, really takes me back. Especially when you enter the game's legacy dungeons that are meant to be reminiscent of old Dark Souls levels, it just feels so right. When I first entered Stormvale Castle, I said out loud, it feels like I'm playing Dark Souls 1 again for the first time. I didn't even care that the bosses wind up their attacks for just long enough to be fucking obnoxious. Okay, maybe I cared a bit, but exploring was just so much fun for me that I didn't even care if I had to go off and do something else, and I don't think I've ever felt that way. Exploration in video games is usually code for go fuck off and ram your head into walls until you find the place we want you to go, but Elden Ring actually has the decency to tell you where you need to go to progress, and everything else is left up to you, and when in doubt, farm it out. And in spite of how much more stuff there is in this game, I'm never let down by how fun it is to find stuff. Lots of people will tell you that you can cheese this game with sorceries, and that's true if you're a bitch. I personally choose to run strength in these games because when you can stagger the bosses, nothing can stop you.
I have the power of God!
Don't even fret about missing, because if you just keep swinging, it'll eventually hit something.
Dr. Octagonopus!
Nah, I only call in my cohorts to cheese bosses for me on occasion, because... And now we're back here. Elden Ring has all of Dark Souls' best traits, as well as all of its flaws. Enemies have insane combos, and the game feels content to add difficulty by simply filling rooms with enemies. The game still uses this super archaic feature of smithing stones, which don't really serve any design purpose that the Embers didn't in Dark Souls 1. And the open world itself introduces its own problems. A lot of challenges feel like they're intended to be overcome by simply farming out souls until you're high enough level to just bowl through it. And somehow, none of this has made me drop the game. I can't help but say, despite all my frustrations, that I love this game. It honestly makes me rethink my opinions on the other games, and games in general. Maybe I didn't give Dark Souls 3 a proper chance. Maybe I can look past my personal issues with Bloodborne. Maybe I was too hard on Dark Souls 2. Okay, no, that's pushing it. When you look at it, Dark Souls 1 isn't perfect either. It's got janky controls, weird direction at times, the whole second half of the game sucks ass, kind of. It's made me realize that I don't hate open world games. I just hate modern, Skinner box-laden, glorified cash shop style games. So for all its golden sheen and rough edges, I adore Elden Ring, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. Except the Godskin duo, those guys can suck my fucking dick. Hey guys, thank you for watching. It's been a while, but I think I've finally found a format that works for me, so look forward to more of this. You'll just have to trust me on that. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and all that, but also follow me on Twitter over at twitter.com/permello to keep up with all my progress and art and stuff like that. I actually posted like a ton of clips from this video before it launched over there, so that's the place to go for stuff like that. This video is also brought to you in part by my Patreon. Everyone there got to see this video a week early, and I just want to thank all of you guys for the support. Every little bit helps to justify me like work on these videos. I want to shout out my epic and base tier patrons here. I still can't believe that's what I called them. So let's give a hand to Kaylin Watson, Nettie Not the Bad Guy, Ozymandias, Aaron, Fenrir Evergreen, Nathan S, Not So Professional Guy, Samuel Jimenez, and Shitpost Botman. Thank you guys again, seriously, it means the world to me. I'll see y'all very soon. Very, very soon. Trust me. Bye-bye. And that's why my final verdict for this travesty, this abomination, is a motherfucking 10 out of 10 legendary status.